What's up guys, it is Slcmof here. I'm back again with another video, and this one I'm going to be chatting about Batman Arkham something, the brand new Batman Arkham game that I've reported on for well over a year on this channel. I want to talk about some criticism that I've gotten, I suppose, in the past year plus since I've reported on the video or on the game, since I very first, initially reported on the Bite Size Impressions article, then got to know those guys and see for myself, what evidence they're working off of for the game. So first of all, let me just address this, okay? It is not fair to say that most people, have been critical of my claims about what I've seen, or, have doubted my integrity as, like, a person. And that's not to say if you, like, don't 100% trust me that you're, like, doubting my integrity, because I totally understand why somebody could be reasonably cautious of somebody with, 60,000 subscribers coming on YouTube claiming to know about a game that literally nobody else in the world knows about. But this is exactly why I was so excited to be talking about the game. So let me first again clarify this. I would say that well over 90% of the comments that I've gotten since I've been reporting on the game have been extremely positive. Not only people that are, excited for the game, but also, I guess, believe me, or believe when I say that I've seen images of the game and I've seen concept art of the game. Most of the feedback has been extremely positive, especially those that have been subscribed for me for a while. But about 10% of the comments have people that have either, one, thought I was just outright lying to like get views or subscribers or what have you, or two, like, thought I was telling the truth, that I did see, like, images, but I didn't have a credible source, or like somebody tricked me or was showing me like photoshopped images or something like that. And again, both of these I think are valid concerns, especially for somebody that's not particularly familiar with me or doesn't like know me or what have you. So I don't by any means doubt somebody or want to put them down, be like, oh, how dare you could ever question me. It's a totally fair criticism, and in this video I want to sort of address that, clarify this. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, basically, quick recap, well over a year ago it was leaked that a new Batman game has been in development by many different sources, made by WB Games Montreal. This game has been leaked to be many different things, among others to feature a Batman that is actually Damian Wayne, the Batbike, some particular villains that we've not seen very often before that I have seen some images of, and we'll get into that a little bit later, and also in future videos that I want to get into. But first of all, let's start with the initial criticism that I make all of this up to get views, to get subscribers. First of all, I will say this. This has not been really a concern of mine ever since I've been on YouTube. Particularly in the past 2 months, I've not uploaded any videos. So if I was really interested in just making something up or fabricating a lie to get views, I would make a video on this like every single day with like, oh, I saw this image today, I saw another image, tomorrow, or I'll see another image tomorrow. It's like, oh, I've actually played the game. I could just make up all kinds of things. Definitely, I've been making videos when I find stuff out, and even when I don't have any like new credible like pictures that I've seen, I still want to make videos. And the answer to that is actually very simple. It's not because I want to get subscribers or whatever, or like, become on the trending page on YouTube or anything. It really is just because I love the Arkham games so much. I mean, it is my favorite video game series of all time. I truly believe it is the best video game series ever made. I just love the Arkham games so much. I love the Arkham community that surrounds the games. I love making videos like this and seeing you guys all... Sorry, I'll get the glare out of the video. Let me switch this way. I love seeing all of you guys in the comments being excited about the games. I love talking about them. These are my favorite videos to make. My channel, came back in 2015, talking about the Batman Arkham games and being totally based on the Batman Arkham games. I absolutely love them to death. Batman's my favorite superhero, so I can go all the way down the line. So I would like for you, as somebody that's also is an intense fan of the Batman Arkham games and Batman as I am, to put yourself in my shoes. You are one of only literally maybe dozens of people in the entire world that know or have seen credible information about a Batman game that is in development and is a well-known industry, bit of knowledge. Jason Schreier of Kotaku, IGN, they've all reported this game as if it is fact that it exists because it's been leaked so extensively, and just people within the industry know this game is a thing. They know it's real. And I do too, because I've seen the game, and if you put yourself in my shoes, I think that you can understand why it would be so exciting. Okay, sorry, my phone died. So like I said, you could understand why I'm so excited about this game. So let's get into another criticism that people have had about, my claims about the game. And that is that some people will say, like, they don't think I'm making this out of thin air, but people think that I've been deceived, like somebody's tricked me or that I have an illegitimate source. Since the person that I was talking with that actually has brought this game to the forefront initially, before, even Kotaku and sources like that were reporting on it, he said that it's okay to mention his name. So the person that I have got in contact with, who was working in tangent with Bite Size Impressions, his name is Gabe. He has, among other things, been in the field of journalism in the video game industry for many, many years, namely a part of the PlayStation Magazine. And he knows a few individuals that are working on the game in particular. Not only is Gabe a credible source just in nature of who he is and knowing him, but I have verified one of like the sources that he actually gets his information from that therein is actually working on the game itself. So it's not just one of those things where I'm just taking his word for it. I have actually verified where he is getting where the source is getting the source, if that makes sense, where the source is getting his information from. And I do know that they're legitimate. I have no doubts about that at all. And in fact, I know for a fact that they are legitimate. With that being said, I think that this criticism is a little bit unfair because, I can't prove to you because I can't show you the images. And this is another problem that people have is if the images truly exist, why can you not show them? And the real answer to this is that, of course, to protect the integrity of the people that are leaking the images, that are actually working on the game itself. And the issue here is that if the images were to get leaked, first of all, I would get a copyright strike, potentially even sued if I release them on YouTube. I mean, it's at that point where if I were to release images because the game hasn't even been announced yet, there's a high probability that I could get sued. Like, seriously. I mean, that's not very common. Usually you just get a copyright strike, but WB would not be happy about leaking their their top IP, and I'm sure they're not now, if they even know who I am or know that, people on YouTube are talking about this. Certainly they've seen Kotaku, IGN, etc. Really, Gabe showed me the images in Skype, some images of the game, basically concept art, a few in-game images, but mostly concept art. That he's had for over a year. So pretty old images. He actually has a working model of the game, a very, very rough working model of the game that he's had for well over a year. So this game has been in development for a long time, years and years, which makes me pretty excited about what we could actually be seeing in terms of the scale of it, because even Arkham City was only worked on for about a year and a half by Rocksteady. So the scale of this game hopefully will be remarkable, but of course we won't know that till we get it. But anyway, like I was saying, so in regards to Gabe showing me the images, he showed them to me on Skype, and I actually had to put my hands, both my hands in the screen to show that I wasn't, getting images of the screen. And yes, I could have screen capped it without Gabe knowing. I have a Skype recorder, and I very easily could have done that. But of course I did not do that because Gabe trusted me to show me the images, that I wasn't going to record them and, even my computer get hacked or whatever. It's just risky. And I totally understand why he did not want me to screen cap them, so I respected that. And, I did not screen cap the images. As soon as I saw them, I sort of just wrote down what I saw to sort of jog my memory and to go back to in case I forgot some of the images. And I made a video on it later that day, and he said that was totally okay to do. So, it's me just respecting him obviously respecting and trusting me and showing me the images, and I certainly, went with that, and I would never do otherwise. And that's why I can't show them. So first of all, I'd get sued. Second of all, it would risk the jobs of the people that have, that are actually working on the game itself, which of course we don't want to do. So that's really the reason why. It's not because I want to be a part of an elite group that have seen it. If it were up to me, I would show the entire world about this, and that's why I am trying to share this game with the entire world, and have effectively done so. Not to be cocky, but my video discussing the images that I saw got over 100,000 views in the first day. By far the most successful video I've ever had do in 24 hours. I mean, just remarkable support, and people are very excited about the game, and that's why I love making videos about it. Again, it's not because I want to get a bunch of subscribers. It really is just because it's so fun making videos about things that other people are passionate about and sharing that passion with other people. Last thing I want to address, don't want to make this video too long, I feel like I've already been a little rambly, is evidence that exists for the game itself. I've made tons of videos about the evidence that exists for the game, from promotional videos that WB Games Montreal has had with hiring that have shown that they're working within the Arkham engine, actually at a date like in the past year, like in 2016, that shows them working in the Arkham engine. I mean, there's so much evidence. I've seen concept art of the game. Again, some people don't trust that as evidence, but don't trust me. Kotaku, IGN, Jason Schreier, they all have multiple sources telling them that the game exists. Again, the promotional videos that I've mentioned, we've seen WB posting on their website. They're looking for AAA devs to work on the new DC title. I mean, there's a lot of different evidence. Again, behind the scenes within the hiring videos where we can see run, bat bike, like words written on chalkboard that indicate, that coincide with everything that we've seen thus far, that the game will have a bat bike and all this sort of stuff. So many things. I can't even get into it in all this video, and maybe I'll make a video compiling all this evidence that you can just show to your friend that's like, oh no, they're done with the Arkham games, they're never making another one, and you can just show them, like, here is all the evidence that exists that totally debunks this theory, that they're like done for the reason that because Arkham Knight concluded the story. Hello, we're getting Star Wars 8. This is the era that we're in. If things make money, things get made. And as I've said at the beginning of the video, I'm not complaining about this. This is not something that I'm like, oh, they're just milking this cash cow of the Arkham games. And I don't mean to mock people that have that perspective. I totally understand the call to have other superhero video games. I'm just not ever going to complain about getting a new Batman game. I'm here for it. And maybe I'm just a dumb fanboy shill, which I am, especially as it pertains to Batman. A proud Batman shill, might I add. So, in the future, I'll make more videos, talking about if I learned anything new. This video, of course, does not have anything new that, like, I've seen or any new information, and I can see why that is a little concerning that we haven't gotten any updates, in the past 3 to 6 months. But I think that just hanging in there, being patient, respecting that maybe what they're doing is of a scale that we've never seen before and is truly going to pay off when we get the game, is something that keeps me very optimistic. And overall, guys, I mean, I don't want to, this is really cheesy. I just said it in my head. I'll just say it aloud. I would never lie to you guys. I would never bring information to you without, truly believing it to be true. And as I've said before, I can tell you with certainty that the game exists. That's not to say that something crazy could happen to it or they totally change it. Who knows? And I haven't heard anything about it in the past few months, but it's been in development for so many years. The notion of them canceling it or changing it even substantially, I think, is out of the question. Jason Schreier saying maybe it's rebooted. I mean, it's wishy-washy in that area. The details could very easily change. But I think that what we're set in stone with is that we're getting another Batman game. And to me, that's what is important, is that the legacy of these Batman games, in my view, the greatest video games ever created, are being continued by WB Games Montreal. And that is what is truly exciting to me, more so than specific details of like, oh, we're going to have a Black Mask and she's female. It's possible that could change. I totally concede that could not be the case. I don't think they're going to change it, and I think they are going to stay true to that vision. But I'll talk about that more in future videos as well. But I just wanted to give you guys an update, give you my perspective of some of the concerns in particular that, this is all just one big joke or, scheme or whatever. It's certainly not the case. And I hope that I've highlighted for you in the video my reasoning for, why I want to share all this with you and the reason that I'm so excited, and I hope that you guys are as well. So hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and more Batman Arkham content coming in the future, as well as some other videos, maybe some Batman comic reviews, Justice League talk, maybe throw a Ragnarok review, all that good stuff coming up in the next little bit. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's great to be back. My name is Slcmof. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.